From the friendly confines of my living room, this is the Arturo Show with Arturo Hall. So, in Alaska, the revenue commissioner has resigned, okay? Yeah, so it's August 1st today, so that means a couple weeks till moose season. If anyone is willing to trade moose hide soft muckluck bottoms for lot keys, then you got a client, okay? So it's August 1st, and we have big news from Juneau. So Randy Hoffbeck, the revenue commissioner, has resigned to go be a fundamentalist, right-wing, extremist proselytizer, preacher. He is in Kenya at the moment perpetuating white savior syndrome. Okay, who would have guessed, right? And he joined the Walker's administration because he likes fixing things. Maybe something he could fix his own fucking life. So that's why he joined the administration. But he could stop colonizing Africa. But yeah, so he left the Walker administration to go do divinity. Okay, he has a proselytizing, a kissing up to Jerry Falwell degree from Real Liberty University. Divinity degree. Still same thing, right? Kissing up Jerry Falwell and being brainwashed. That shit's the same thing as fucking divinity. And honestly, this is why Alaska is so fucking backwards. All these right-wing tools. That's the reason I left Alaska. One of the many reasons. That plus the oil mafia. So good news, as Jank would say, I'll make it more fucking equal for everyone. Folks, we got him, okay? Or he got himself, to quote the words of the great Jank Uger. So Randy Hoffbeck, out as revenue commissioner. Let's see what ADN did a fucking puff piece on him. Like, they only partially tell the truth, but they didn't roast him enough. That's one of my problems with ADN. The editorials suck. Yeah. So we'll have some more articles coming up here on the segment. We have some opinion pieces coming up here. So we'll have one from Daniel Grota, okay? So Daniel Grota's, he says, here I'm just going to read the headlines of these opinion pieces. Daniel Grota said, transgender troops, let them serve, Mr. President. Kudos to Daniel Grota. I don't know who Daniel Grota is, but I'm giving kudos to them. Yeah, so kudos to Daniel Grota. Yeah, that's the main thing. Main headline. What are the other opinion pieces? Because Patkatak, Elaine Patkatak, for those of y'all who don't know. No, Elise Patkatak, my bad. What was I saying? Elaine? No, Elise. Elise, my bad. So she talks about, so she has a good article. Okay, that's the second piece of big news. Her article is about the mooch, Scaramucci, Anthony Scaramucci. The mooch. So she's from a similar community, similar place. She's also Italian, by the way. She married an Inupiat person. And so she says that he's Scaramucci, the mooch, is putting a bad name on the Italian community. I feel that. I feel the same way about Kushner and about he's putting a bad name on the Jewish community. But yeah, I agree. So kudos to Elaine Patkatak. Those are two winners. Our biggest loser today, Randy Hoffbeck. So Randy Hoffbeck's the loser of the day. Two big winners, Elaine Patkatak and Daniel Grota. So yeah, so segment 2. Segment 2 requires us to go to Huffington Post. Huffington Post. Okay, Huffington Post. White House admits Trump defended Jr. Sarah Huckabee Sanders suggests Trump weighed in on son's response to Russia meeting. That is a victory. That's not a fucking total victory, but it's more evidence. And the more evidence we get, the more likely we're going to see the orange man and all his cronies go down. So even if fucking Sarah Huckabee is saying this shit, then we know it's true. So, yeah, this administration's falling apart. Honestly, America's falling apart. And when democracies fall apart, there tends to be fucking civil war, okay? So that's, like, my buddy and I were talking about today. So, when democracies fall apart, we need researchers and comedians to hold them accountable, right? Because, as Cenk Uygur likes to say, there's a fucking truth to the news. And the corporate media doesn't like to tell the truth. They like to say Democrats say this, Republicans say that. I don't know which is right. You tell me. It's like saying, well, here, let me use a sports analogy. It's like saying, well, the Sounders said they won, the Timbers say this, they won. I don't know. You tell me. And that's my issue with the corporate media playing it right down the fucking middle. Okay? About the corporate media and playing it down the fucking middle. So John Kelly is as the White House communications director. He's total military shill, a military hack. He has been oppressing people at Department of Homeland Security. The fake DHS, because you know Diamond High is the real DHS. Yeah, my West Side bias. Well, so he's been oppressing people at Department of Homeland Security. He's tried to carry out all of the orange man's unethical, illegal policies. So that's what he's been doing there. And he has been praised by the fucking mainstream media because he has a square jaw. Oh, I do declare he has a square jaw. No, it's not how it works, buddy. You judge him based on what he's done. And what he's done so far, when he was Commissioner of Department of Homeland Security, has not been good. Okay? He perpetuated, he was in charge of the ICE raids, kind of, sort of. He was in charge of the Muslim ban. He was in charge of all those hateful policies perpetuated by the Donald Trump administration. So, yeah. The mainstream media lives in their ivory towers in New York and in D.C., and they don't care about us, normal people here in the West. They say shit, and they judge based off people's looks. They'd probably judge me as some ratchet-ass cannery worker from Alaska, even though I've never worked in the canneries. And yeah, and I'm a rapper and comedian. They'd probably judge me as that, just to be honest. They'd say, oh, who's this ratchet guy, right? So, yeah, you don't fucking judge someone on their appearance. Yeah, Bernie looks as ratchet as I do, but you don't judge them on his appearance. His appearance. Yeah, so what we're doing today is what we do always, calling out the mainstream media who lives in their fucking ivory towers in D.C. and New York and doesn't care about Westerners like us. So this has been today's first segment of the Arturo Show. More to come later. Stay tuned. Give us a like. Subscribe. Sorry, Andy Boomtai, I stole your phrase. And peace out.